From the students of the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, I'm student meteorologist Jonathan Domow here with your Tuesday evening forecast. Let's jump right into some weather headlines right now. If you've been outside at night and you've noticed it's been a little bit more chilly, well, you'd be right. The lows are now creeping into the low 40s and even upper 30s in some parts of Pennsylvania, but during the day it is back to being warm again. The temperatures are above average to start the week and the weekend, even through the weekend. And it's still dry where you have no rain expected in the forecast for the next 7 days. Let's take a look at a few hours back on the radar satellite. You can see there was some activity to our south down in Maryland, West Virginia, but here in Pennsylvania, we've been nice and dry with State College having an absolutely beautiful day, no clouds in the sky, lots of blue. Here, we're taking a check in on the drought monitor. We're still in a 2 out of 5 for State College. We had some rain last week, but it didn't do nearly enough to break us out of the drought. And if you see across the Commonwealth, we're looking at patches of 1 out of 5, and out west by Pittsburgh, specifically south of Pittsburgh, is seeing the most extreme drought effects here in Pennsylvania, with that 4 out of 5 creeping into the Commonwealth. Let's take a look at the future for tomorrow and even into Thursday, and we can see just absolutely nothing, bliss on the radar, not even a cloud in the sky as Wednesday turns into Thursday. But come Thursday morning, early morning, is when those clouds start to set in, bringing nice and partly cloudy, but still nice and sunny, nice and dry for Thursday. And let's take a look at some temperature trends. You can see today we were in the upper 70s, but by Wednesday and Thursday we're going to dip down into the 70s and even potentially the 60s here in State College. But by Friday we'll have warmed it back up into the 70s and we'll be back up in the 80s in time for the weekend. Now, no surprise on the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we are going to be above average as we have been for the entire month of September, as well as much of the Midwest and Northeast. The only exceptions right now are the Pacific Northwest up here and the American Southeast, specifically Florida, experiencing the most below average temperatures. Here's your forecast for tonight: 49 degrees. Partly cloudy, and take a note of the wind right now, 7 miles per hour, not 70. That would be really fast. But come tomorrow, we're going to be up to 8 miles per hour. It's going to be a little bit gusty. You're going to notice we haven't had a lot of wind recently, so it'll be a little bit different than what we've been experiencing. 71 degrees is the temperature. And here's a look at the 7-day forecast. We're going to be down in the 60s potentially on Thursday before we warm it back up by Friday. The clouds move out, and moving in are the warmer temperatures, 80 degrees through Monday before the clouds settle back in, and we're back down to the upper 70s. Have a great rest of your evening.